Hi, my name is Elsa, and welcome back to Bookscapade. In honor of 4th of July, this episode will be highlighting books that discuss what it means to be American. The United States has such a massive, diverse population of different identities and experiences. Through nonfiction glimpses into history, young adult rom-coms, or poetry collections and plays, American creatives have explored various facets of the American identity. You can find Griffin Legacy's full collection of Independence Day themed books online at bookshop.org/shop/bookscapade. That's Bookscapade. Now let's dive into some of the books featured on our list. Up first is Dear America, Notes of an Undocumented Citizen, a memoir by Jose Antonio Vargas. Vargas is an award-winning journalist, filmmaker, and activist who is most known for a 2011 New York Times Magazine essay wherein he revealed his status as a Filipino undocumented immigrant in support of the DREAM Act. In Dear America, Vargas uses his personal anecdotes and experiences to depict the struggles of being undocumented and the ensuing psychological homelessness. Moreover, Vargas also explores questions of what it means to be perceived as American and identify as an American amidst widespread criticism, xenophobia, and the public debates over immigration policy. Though first published in 2018, this memoir is still just as relevant today, especially with increasing national spotlights on immigration. Amidst constantly changing visa policies, increasingly violent deportations, widespread protests, as well as the legal battle over birthright citizenship, the question of who gets to be American is constantly brought up both implicitly and explicitly. Dear America brings a much-needed perspective to the conversation, highlighting Vargas's courage, resilience, and above all, his humanity. Next, Heidi Schreck's 2017 Broadway play, What the Constitution Means to Me, explores contemporary issues such as women's rights, immigration, and domestic violence against the backdrop of her personal family history and landmark Supreme Court cases. Modeled after the constitutional debate contest that Schreck competed in as a teen, the first act of the play highlights what she believes to be the failures of the Constitution. In the second act, Schreck, who plays a younger version of herself, engages in an improvised debate with a New York high school debater on whether to abolish the Constitution. The play's unique format invites audiences and readers alike to engage thoughtfully with pressing national issues like abortion and immigration, while also presenting a deeply personal, compelling account of Schreck's relationship with America's legal structures. Moreover, through the talented young women who are invited to debate Schreck on stage, the play generates a sentiment of hope for the current and future generations, despite its heavy topics. As we celebrate the nation's founding and independence, what the Constitution means to me serves as an important reminder that we still have a long way to go before we truly achieve liberty and justice for all. A great option for younger children is Janet S. Wong's picture book, Apple Pie 4th of July, illustrated by Margaret Chodas O'Ryan. In Apple Pie 4th of July, readers follow a young Chinese-American girl who doesn't understand why her immigrant parents insist on keeping their Chinese restaurant open on July 4th. She initially believes that Americans would only want to eat all American foods like apple pie on a national holiday. However, as the story progresses, she learns how culture and traditions can merge and evolve. Wong's book illustrates a common second-generation immigrant experience of feeling not American enough. While Independence Day is traditionally associated with all-American red, white, and blue paraphernalia, this story is a sweet reminder that everyone's holiday may look a little different. Furthermore, Apple Pie 4th of July shows kids that they don't need to be embarrassed of being different from the stereotypical image of an American, and that Americans come from all different backgrounds and walks of life. Thank
Finally,
you for
Her
listening.
Right Foot
Be
is a
sure to
picture
check
book
out
by
the
David
rest of our
Richards,
books illustrated by
Sean Harris,
Bookshop.org
about the significance of the right foot,
for more books to celebrate America and Danny was host of New York is one of the most recognizable American icons. The Statue of Liberty represents hope and freedom for all Americans, whether they were born in the country or arrived later in life. Eggers argues that the depiction of the statue mid-stride represents the reality that freedom is not static. connecting the immigrants of the past who arrived in the country in past centuries to the immigrants arriving now. Her right foot recognizes Americans' duty to continue welcoming people and protecting our values of freedom and liberty for all. Eggers layers the historical origins of the statue with fun facts and an underlying message of acceptance, all delivered in a conversational tone perfect for kids. Thank you for listening, and be sure to check out the rest of our book list at bookshop.org/shop/Bookscapade for more books to celebrate America in all its facets. Happy 4th of July!